Obviously, this is going to get sent to all of the guests. That's a joke. Bitch, get a life. Podcasting is really hard. We'll see. At least we can laugh at ourselves.
Live from Westfield, it's Brooke Murphy.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good, just chilling in quarantine.
Yes, that is totally the life right now. Okay, so one thing I've been having my podcast guests do is introduce themselves.
Right, my tour guide introduction.
Yeah, that would be perfect, actually.
Okay, so hi, my name is Brooke. I'm a rising junior in the McDonough School of Business, majoring in Finance and Operations Information and Management. Aside from being a tour guide on campus, I'm a member of the women's varsity tennis team. I'm a member of the Georgetown Admissions Ambassador Program and a member of the McDonough Global Case Team, and I'm from Westfield, New Jersey.
Wait, that's so good.
Oh my gosh, thanks.
I feel like I would pick your tour. I actually never went on a tour to Georgetown.
Really?
I didn't visit until after I committed to go here.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, whatever. My college process was so whack. So one fun thing is that Brooke and I went to high school together, actually.
Big Blue.
Yeah, Big Blue. And you went to Pingree in freshman year, right?
Yeah.
Did you go to Westfield before that?
Yeah, I went to the Westfield public schools.
Okay.
Ugh, public school.
I went to public school for elementary school, so you had a little toughness in me, maybe.
Yeah.
So how did you like Pingree?
I don't know. I think when I was there, I didn't appreciate it as much, but I tell my parents all the time that I just love Pingree so much and I want my kids to go there, which I think is a super hot take. It was so easy to get involved with things. There were built-in times during the day that you had time to have club meetings, but also do sports.
Yeah, that's true, actually. There's so many people I feel I have not thought about.
Right?
I thought it would be really interesting to talk about high school versus college, and also having a high school boyfriend and then not having one in college, because that's a shared experience with me too, and you can ask me questions about that too. It doesn't have to be just me. Although, do you feel weird talking about this or talking with me because you're friends with Clyde, who was my ex?
No, not really. I'd say I'm equally as friends with both of you. Just it's always in the back of my mind, kind of. I'm like, oh, Clyde lived on my floor, and then I'm like, oh, do I say that?
Right. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, this has also been weird because so now I'm in the credit union. And I didn't realize this until after I joined, but that's his entire friend group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry, I popped out my yearbook for my floor last year.
Oh, are you serious? Because that yearbook is, oh my gosh, I was actually thinking about that because we're cutest couple, but then didn't they win a superlative together too?
They both got best to bring home to mom and dad.
Oh, awesome. So their pictures, I got.
And loudest, but I took best eyes.
That was a good call. I got most likely to be president too, which is, I don't see that, but whatever, it's fine. You also had a social life outside of Pingree, right? Because you were dating somebody who went to a different school.
For the first 2 years of Pingree, I stayed pretty close with all my hometown friends. And then going into sophomore year, I started dating my ex-boyfriend. And then we were on and off sophomore year kind of. But I broke up with him while I was at a sleepaway tennis camp, a recruitment camp, because there's this really cute boy there. So I broke up with him. And then we got back together after the J. Cole concert, and he just would use so many emojis.
Oh, so I broke up such a turn on.
Again.
Oh, you really threw this boy through the ringer.
And then we were still talking throughout the year, and then we started dating again summer going into junior year.
And then you guys, when did you end things?
A month into college.
Oh, I didn't know you tried to stay together during college.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was miserable. I went to school a lot earlier than he did. He just kept texting me, and I was like, hey, I'm trying to make new friends and stuff. I'll talk to you tonight. There's also this boy in my pre-orientation program that I thought was the cutest person in the world that I ever met. Shout out Connor Nicholson. I've told him before. So.
Oh, I know Connor. Interesting.
Because he knows he was the first boy I had a crush on. And then I texted him one time, and I was I feel we're having problems. I feel this isn't really like working. And then it was like 11 p.m. on a Friday night. I'm like, we're literally about to walk into this like party.
Okay.
And he texts me and he goes, you know what, you're right, let's break up.
Whoa.
So like
That's
after
wow.
3 years, just like text me, breaks up with me.
Yeah, especially with just a random text, like when you're about to go out with your friends. That's so
Yeah, it was really
not
cool.
ideal.
I think people should still try. Like if you're like going into college, I don't think like if you really feel like you love someone, like it shouldn't be like, okay, let's break up now because we're gonna be X amount of miles away from each other. Like I think people should still try. But
And so for me, school, we were like that. Well, like we won cutest couple, and we were both like captains of our sports teams, and like
geniuses.
we were just in a lot of the same classes, and it was like we were both so driven. We'd like sit next to each other and like do homework together, and then we'd like our families were like very friends with each other and like proper, and like, I don't know, it was just like
Blair and Nate.
Okay. Oh, that's an interesting whatever. Okay, so yeah, I feel like we should have broken up a lot earlier than we did. And we kind of both tried to end things, but it didn't work. I don't know if that makes any sense. It was like I distinctly remember I wrote a letter in the research lab that Pingree had because of course we had a research lab in our high school. So I wrote a letter, and then after basketball practice, I like drove over to his house, knocked on the door. Of course, Mr. Leaf answers. Have to have a nice, polite conversation. And I like read the letter, and at the end I was supposed to be like, can't do this anymore. So sorry. But it like didn't really work.
It
Like,
didn't deliver the way you wanted it to.
no, like I said all these things, and the problem was that we didn't like hate each other. It was really just that we'd like outgrown each other, but we were so used to being with each other. So like he starts crying, then I start crying, and then it's just like, okay, I'll do better or something. He brings me like an egg sandwich to school the next day, and we pretend we didn't just try to break up. And that was going on for like a very long time.
I ask you like a question really quickly.
Yeah, go for it.
Did you ever like feel like he and Josie were gonna happen? Like if you broke up?
He's like a nice guy. Like he's like that girlfriend would be like, okay, and what if I cheated on you? What would you do then? Not that I ever would do that, but you know how like girlfriends do that shit?
Yes.
So, and he was always so against cheating. And I think like physically he would 100% never ever do that.
Yeah.
So they would eat breakfast together at school.
Yeah, at that table.
Yeah. But to answer your question, yeah, I did suspect things because I knew they would like talk, and like when they would get breakfast together and Snapchat, and like their cars were always parked next to each other, and like he would be over at her house tutoring her brother. And I used to say to him, hey, like just a heads up, like I think she might be into you, so like just be like, careful, because that would suck if she got the wrong idea. Like that's how I phrased it. And I was like, so in my mind I just wanted to be like, stop. Like it was not fun being on the like the girlfriend side of that.
Yeah.
But I was like so afraid that I would seem like the crazy person if I was like, this is not really.
Oh, I was the crazy girlfriend so many times. Okay, this is like also just like my crazy side. If I'm like Snapchatting someone, I'm thinking about it. This boy is my number one best friend on Snapchat. I'm like not his, because like, you know, we'd have the emoji. And I'm just like thinking, and I'm like, okay, well, like how many girls are you talking to? But like I can't validly be annoyed. There's no ground.
I feel like social media is so hard though, because it almost like gives you access to more information than you should have. Also, I feel like if you don't say anything, then that doesn't make you the crazy girl. Like I think that's a normal thought to have. But I think when you turn psycho is when you like vocalize it and you come at them like accusing them instead of just being like, hey, this makes me feel super uncomfortable because of X, Y, Z. So is anything going on now with you and your ex?
We talk on the phone.
Wait, so how long ago was this?
A month ago. Like I let it all out, and I was kind of like, you don't know like how much like it all hurts. And so we start being all, like flirting on Snapchat and everything, and we're talking about like hanging out like after quarantine and everything, like we're gonna like hook up again, like whatever. I was like, this is like means that like we should be together. And then I wake up and I have a message from him from 5:30 a.m. and I was like, oh my god, like he couldn't sleep either, like this is meant to be. But I was wrong. And he messages me and was like, hey, I feel really guilty about last night and everything. That girl that like I'm always FaceTiming from school, I actually really like her, so I don't think we should talk. And I was like, hold up. Excuse me?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, I basically, like, my first message back to him was like, you are the scum of the earth. You never deserved me and you never will. And like, I don't know why, but like that whole situation has made me like so just like happy to not like ever think about him again.
Wow. Would you say that you were in love with Damien?
I mean, yeah, I would like to say no now, obviously, but it's like so long ago.
Yeah.
It's very weird to like think about and like try to like reimagine like the emotions or whatever.
Right. Okay. So I definitely think that we were in love, which is just weird. We started dating when we were 13.
Because like the thing is now like I look at like people like what are these children doing? Then I click and I was like, oh my god, they're how old?
Right.
Like that's how old we were when I was like, I'm gonna marry this person.
Right. No, it's crazy.
It's so different between high school and college because it's like you don't really know yourself and like neither does the other person. Like they don't know what they actually want to do in life. I don't know what I actually want to do in life. Like, you know, and it's just like
So I feel like there's just like this codependency when you start dating so young, or when you have a really serious relationship. I think at any point in high school, there's so much codependence.
yeah, I just like I wish that I had spent more time like with my friends in high school.
I wish that too, because okay, I did not go out at all in high school. So I feel like my life was like school, boyfriend, sports. Like that was my whole life. I didn't really have really good friends, I think, until senior year of high school. Also, with you in high school, it seemed like you had friends that were sort of like spread out in different friend groups, if that's making sense.
Yeah, I like think about that a lot because like at school, like in college freshman year, I was like kind of like that too. And now I'm like more in like a sedentary like friend group. I don't know if sedentary is the right word. I need to correct myself before like someone can make fun of me.
I feel like our situations are very different, and like I feel like I haven't really thought about my ex in any sort of way of like us ever getting back together for like 2 years. And so like after we broke up, I like casually dated 2 guys that we went to high school with. Really weird decision making. Okay, so one of them was like the perfect rebound. Like
Because he was like him in like lesser form.
is that what you think of? Oh my gosh. That's
what everyone thought.
Are you serious? Okay. Well, no, I can't say this.
Okay.
I've had people say the same thing about who he's currently dating and me.
Yes.
But yes, I do think there were a lot of similarities between the two. And there were a lot of similarities between me and his current girlfriend. But I guess that like makes sense.
Gap year, blonde, like care about the environment.
Yeah, it definitely is a weird number of similarities. But I never like fully dated Austin, who's the guy I dated after Clyde. I was like, I can't be in a relationship right now. Like, when I'm with you, and that's what this can be. Then I randomly, over the summer, I dated this boy that literally, I think maybe spoke 2 words to me through all of high school. He was the quietest person.
I wore his football jersey to Friday Night Lights freshman year.
Are you jealous? Did you feel like I stole your man's?
No, because I found out he got dared to ask.
Wait, that's so mean. I'm mad at him. It was probably, the dare was just like having him speak to a girl and not even about you. So whatever.
The thing about like going from like a high school relationship to college is like to not let it bog you down. If you're broken up, like you're broken up, chances are like, yeah, you can see each other as over breaks and stuff, but like they're not your soulmate.
Oh, that's good advice. I like what you just said. I've never had like a relationship where we like keep trying to talk after we break up. Claude and I never, literally ever, had any sort of conversation after we broke up.
Do you think that made it easier or harder?
I think that sort of like had to be the case because of the way high school was. That I had to act like, and things were not okay. I was not eating. That was like mixed in with other stuff.
That's what happened with me last summer when I was like, I wanted back together, and he said no, and like I had never cried like so much in my life. Like I didn't eat. Like I was going to London to go to like the London School of Economics for my summer course, and my mom was like, you're not getting on a plane right now. Like you're not going.
Yeah.
And, like I got my shit together and I went, and like that was like the best 3 weeks of my life.
Oh, that's amazing.
Really cute boys.
Yeah, I guess I learned this about myself. Like, I guess when I'm like I stressed and like anxious, I guess I like don't eat. So I stopped eating. The school was calling home because I like looked like multiple people in school, my advisor, Dean Chatterjee, the like Aaron from the athletic trainer's office, my basketball coaches, like were calling my mom. And this was mixed in with like I do know this, that my mom is sick.
Yeah.
Okay, so she like sort of like flare up where she was getting sick again, and then I was like so stressed with all this college stuff because like it didn't really go how I thought it was gonna go, and then I stopped playing soccer, which was like super weird. The breakup was happening. My dog died. I was like, okay, I think I'm out. I'm done here.
Peak.
Yeah. This is a super roundabout way of me getting to answer your question, but like, I don't think we could have talked. And then we like have never addressed our breakup at all, ever. But once I got to Georgetown, my dad told me that I needed to go up to him and just like say hi right away, so I wouldn't feel like it was like this weird thing hanging over my head that I didn't do. So I was like in the dining hall in Leo's one day for breakfast, like before classes started, and
and he was sitting with all his friends.
Yeah, did you hear the story?
Yeah, they talked about it.
What did they say?
They were like, they said something like, "My God, like his ex-girlfriend like said hi to all of us," and Austin was like, "Yeah, she's hot."
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I was really nervous going over there. I made friends on like my pre-orientation trip, and I was like, guys, how do I look right now? Do I look okay? And I just gone for a run, so I was like really sweaty and gross. And I don't know, I had all of this fruit in my hand because I was stealing it from the dining hall, and then I saw him, and then I was like, my dad's voice was in my ear. He's like, you have to go up to him the first time you see him. And I was like, but I look like I'm like the Chiquita banana lady right now. Like, this is so inappropriate. I think I walked over there with like 4 bananas. They were like, what is she going to do? And I just like tried to be like normal. It was like nice. He was fine. And he was just like, let me know if you have any questions. And then that like set up our relationship. And now at school, we've always just been like we're just like friends.
Yeah.
It's interesting having somebody, because like we weren't the best of friends in high school, but we were always friendly.
Oh my gosh. We'll say though, one time, like,
oh no,
because I had AP Physics with Clyde. So one time in the hallway, I got like higher than Clyde did on, I think it was like homework, and like a yell in the hallway. And I was like, Clyde, like, how does it feel that like I did better than you? Like, and you shoot look at us. And so Jenny and I from there on out called it the look.
oh gosh,
Allie, you were like, I was kind of scared of you in high school.
I get that feedback. Wait, was I like a bitch?
No, I was like intimidated by like how smart you were. No, like,
I don't.
You had it like you were like good at sports and like super smart and like the power couple. Like,
But sorry, I gave you that look.
oh my God, it's like it's all forgotten.
Can I expose you? In high school, everyone said that you had such a thing for Indian guys.
I will openly talk about this.
Okay, please.
Like, it's also a thing on the tennis team. I was friends with like Nikki and Neil. Like those were probably my 2 best guy friends like at Pingree.
Right, and those are both 2 Indian guys that were in our grade.
And so like Nikki played tennis also with my coach. So like I naturally was like seeing him a lot, like hanging out a lot, like whatever. And like Neil, like I don't know, maybe it was that he was Indian. I don't know. But then like the way I try to explain it is that like I probably have more of an attraction to them than like the normal person does.
Yeah. I'm no shame here, because I think Indian guys can be attractive. I feel like I don't seek them out maybe as much as you have in your past.
I just think like playing tennis, it's like a very Asian sport.
Oh.
Growing up, like it was in Edison, New Jersey, which like they literally call Little India.
I didn't know any of this. Okay.
Yes, Indian person.
Indian person.
It was all just like, oh, I like tennis players.
Right. I don't know what my type is. Do you have a type?
Little preppy douchebag.
Perfect. That's actually who I like picture you with.
Oh my gosh, thanks.
Yeah. I feel like it'll happen for you.
I just want to be like a power couple with someone, you know? Both be like killing it on Wall Street kind of power couple.
Is that what you want to do? Work on Wall Street?
Like kind of.
I don't really want to be that couple again.
Really?
Yeah.
I could see you with like a laid back boy.
Yeah. I think like I just want to like live on a beach with somewhere and be with somebody who like makes me laugh. Like, I don't want the attention, because I think my personality just sort of like latches onto that ideal, and then I'm like, I put so much pressure on myself and like on the relationship to be perfect. And I think that like
I want someone to make me laugh too. I just want it to be on like a 30-acre lot in Greenwich with our mansion and kids running around in like vineyard vines.
that's fair. What about right now?
Like, I don't want another long-term relationship right now. Like, I want to date someone for 4 months and break up. I don't know if that's like crazy.
No, I don't think it's crazy.
Okay, cool.
I think that makes sense. Also, I didn't really realize that like this whole like dating thing had sort of really just like ended a month ago. So that makes a lot of sense. Like, I had 2 of those situations, like one right after another after Clyde.
I think like a lot of girls in college try to be the guy's girl, and like I did that at first, and like I didn't do it intentionally, it just like happened and it was fun. But I think like it's important to like not like college boys, they will be your best friend until they start like hooking up with another girl or start dating another girl. And like I think it's so much more important to have like girlfriends.
I agree with you.
Like I feel like you like have like a solid group, and like I feel like I've seen you with like the same people. Like
I have, which I feel like you definitely have that now too. I have like a group of school where there's like a group of 9 of us, and they're my best friends. And I was so surprised to have found them so fast.
oh, we all applied to live in like Jezrez together. It's just crazy because then like that happened, and then we all just like stayed friends.
That's so sweet. All right, well, this is great. Thank you, Brooke.
Thanks for having me, Allie.
Of course. We should do it again. Make it a regular.
Next time I get my heart broken for sure.
Okay, I'll come up with some new material as well. All right.